Good afternoon. Oh, I haven't done one of these for a bit, so I thought I've got a new greyhound system that I've been trying out for a month. It's actually, to be fair, it's quite good. Well, I think it is. It costs 15 quid a month. I'll introduce you to it in a minute. Um, First off, I'll go through the setup on BetBot Pro. If you're using something else, you'll have to work it out for yourself. So what I'm doing first off with the greyhound lays staking plan, I'm just using a £1 stake to start with. That's 102 with the commission, and I'm using the lay 1 to 4 staking plan. So what it'll do is when it hits a loser, the next time it'll bet £2 fourpence. A certain time after that it'll hit £3 sixpence. Then it'll go £4 stop. It won't go any further. It'll carry on at 4 until you've got your money back. But I would suggest that you actually set a stop before it happens. I found with this that probably 90% of the time it just works straight off. But when it goes wrong all day. So you're better off setting a stop loss. So I'll show you how we do that. Selections is just manual, and I've got exclude if first favourite. So if it's a favourite, I don't back it. This isn't actually what Chris recommends. This is Chris the Greyhound man. But I'll leave that one up to you to read it and see. This is the way I do it. So settings, we just have obviously system active, greyhounds lay, official off start time, bet 5 seconds before the off, minimum odds 2. Well, obviously you're not going to get a 2 if you're excluding the favourite. Maximum odds 12, right? So definitely maximum odds 12. Never bet above 12. Minimum money, yeah, that's just normal. Minimum runners 5. So I don't want to bet the 4 dog races either. Maximum, well, I've just got that set. Then we've got, if we come down here too, we only do 1 bet per race. And then we leave BetBot Pro to choose whichever's the lowest odds of the 2 or 3, because there will be 2 or 3 in each race a lot of times. So we come down to the stop amount. So what I've got is I've got a stop at £20 and a stop at £10. If we make £10 profit, we stop. You can of course just restart it again if you want to. If you make your £10 and you want to go again, I'll just change that to something else and go in again. I'm not going to do it because I'm actually on a loser at the moment, which I'll show you. Everything else is just straightforward, really. If you want these, let me know and I'll post the whatever it's called, the setup fee. But that's it. So you can see what we've done today. We are actually at minus £5.76 at the moment because we didn't start too well and we didn't carry on too well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we hit a £9.76 loser. Then we've gone 1, and now we've gone up to 2 because we had that one. It didn't register that it had a loser too quick because it was the Harlow one. It's straight after Monmore. So when it's gone up, it's gone to 2. So it's gone 2, 2, 2, 2, and now it's had another loser. So it's now going up to £3. And we didn't get about that race, but now it's betting £3. So you can see we're actually 5.76 down. Now if we do 3 sixes, if it's about 6.0, that will take us out on the £20. It does sometimes go over. It goes quite a bit over actually. It can go over to sort of 30 losers if you work it out. If it's sort of if you've got like 10 a loss of 10 quid there, and then you try and lay a 10 shot with 2 quid. That'll be another 20 quid. So 20 and 10 gives you about 30 quid. So it can go to 30, which is why I've got it set at 20. This is purely really set and forget. But as I say, you can reset it and go again if you get your money quickly, and you can get your money quickly. I've quite often done just the first 10 races, and it's bet on, it's won. So it does quite well. So let's have a look at the actual software, and I'll try and remember to put the link in the thing down below. And it's called dograces.co.uk, and it's run by a bloke called Chris Bennett. This is the page you'll come to if you put dograces.co.uk in your browser. There's lots of things to read about here, but that is beside the point at the moment. I'm just going to give you the background of everything. So it comes first off. What you do is go to the navigation page. You've got all the home, my account, 1 week's testing, etc, etc. There's a fight going on outside. Right, so we go to we want lay tips. So tick the lay tips and download the Excel sheet. Open that, then all you've got to do is just go wind down to the very bottom. That's it. Copy it, paste it into your onto your notepad, and then that's how you just load them up like that. I've already got this open, so I won't go any further. So you can see here we're up to, what are we up to? What's the time? 13:51. So we're up to the 13:51. So you can see the 13:51. We've got 2 in this one, and it will choose whichever's the lowest priced, as long as it's below 12. And it works quite well, this. And you can see here it's got, that's 19.5, that's 20, so it's not going to bet either of these. So you can just leave it set up if you go to work or whatever else, and just leave it. You know full well that if it's going to go tits up, you're only going to cost you 20 odd quid, and if it wins, you'd have won £10. So I think it's quite decent, this, for 15 quid, which is what, 50p a day. It gives you the Australian ones, so if you're an early riser and you want to go on the Aussies ones, you can do the same there. I don't use the Aussies, but you know, you can if you wish to. That's the Aussie one. Will do when it loads up. Yeah, so we've got, well, shitloads, but it should all be over now, isn't it? I think. Yeah, it should all be over, the Australians. But again, just look for the yellow where he's marked them out, and you know, you can go that way. If you want to do the Australians, I don't use the Australians, but an interesting one he does is the backing tips. Some of you may prefer to back rather than lay. Just take a second to load it all. And what he's got here is weather in green. That's definitely a back. And how he chooses these ones, both on the back and the lay, is they've got to be, that's Software Gen. That is that's actually Sporting Life picks. If any of you can remember the Sporting Life, well, they're still going, but they're online only now. Right, so they've got to be top, 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 and then he gives it a rating. And I'm not sure exactly how he produces his rating. And I don't know whether any of these won because I don't do these either. But he's got a few there. We've got a few more up here. Don't know whether he's won. But you know, you can give that a try as well if you want to. But I just use the lay ones. And I find these pretty good. Compared to this, well, if you want to use it with GHBT that you've already bought, what I would suggest you do is if you just, well, you can't get everything on the page any longer, which is a pain in the arse, but this is the Racing Post one. If you go to the top there, right click and then view more row, freeze up to row 1. You've always got that set up the top if you want it. But what you could do is you could filter and take out the 1, 2, 3 on the Racing Post and take out the 1, 2, 3 on the Timeform, and then you've got what he's got, but obviously you then have to find some sort of rating. So I don't know how you would do that. You know, you might choose it because it's got a minus red number. You might choose it because it's got a score of less than 2, or less than, I don't know, 3, something like that. You might choose it because it's got a negative head-to-head. It's something you can play around with. You've got I don't know whether these won. I know Moss Row Miko didn't, because I did that one, but actually Minnie's Daria didn't win either, I don't think, in the first 2 races. So you could choose something and save yourself 15 quid if you wanted to. Look at it that way. But personally, I just think, you know, 50p a day. This is pretty decent. He goes through the whole lot. You can go, you know, as many or as few or as little as you want. I think I've come to the end now. I think I've nearly covered everything. Have I covered everything? I don't know. Where are we? 13:59? No. No, we haven't had another bet. We're going to have a bet here. Look, well, let's just see how he does on this one. He's going to go trap to line. He's going to go for the lowest price, which is trap to line, and that one's too big anyway. So let's just see how he does here.
On the drift though, opened up 6-4, touch 7-4, 2-1.
Well, just turn the sound down, otherwise you won't hear a thing apart from that. So you can see here he's got trap to line, which is what, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5th in the betting wise. I like them 4th or 5th in. But you can do what you want. You can, if you're actually sitting there and you look at it and you compare it to GHBT, and that one says he's going to lose, and this says he's going to lose, then you can up your stake here, let it bet it's £1 automatically, or you can just go in, you know, simulator mode, and leave it. You can see I did that one, simulator mode. And you can then up it. It all depends how much money you want to spend, really. But it's quite a decent way of finding out which dog is going to not win the race. This one's coming in a little bit. It's sort of hovering around about the same price, isn't it? So we'll see. So this one is actually now going to put it's going to put £3 on here. I'll show you the system performance. It's down to 75 quid. It did get down to 72 quid. The highest it's been is 86. So it's been up £5 and it's been down, what's that, 14 quid? About that. So we'll see how this one does. What I would say is if you do hit your stop loss and you want to go again, give it half an hour or so. You know, don't go straight in straight after, because if it's hit a bad patch, it's hit a bad patch. Just, you know, back off a little bit and see. Right, okay, we're ready. So we don't want the fall to win.
In the stripe jacket. Here's On the Move. And away we go. 4 and 6 breaks smartly, and it's 6 now out wide, who shows the early pace to get the early lead from 1. Then we had trouble in behind between 5, 4 and 2, and it's 6 now from 1. Townsend Peggy trying to make headway up the inside of 6 into that final 2 bends, and 6 kicks into the bend. Tartan Red, 1's trying to come back for more. Townsend Peggy, 3's running on. 6 and 1 in a tussle up the straight, but 6 is getting the better of 1 with.
So 6 won that. I don't know what price it was. Then we go to Toasters next, because Toaster has just kicked in. So we'll have got £3 back on that, so we'll be down to £2.76 down. Now, but anyway, it's something for you to try. And it's Dog Races, whatever it was called, dograces.co.uk or dograces.co.uk, and it's got backing dogs, it's got laying dogs, 50p a day. Well worth a try for you and see whether it works at all. I'm going to call it a day there and see if Ben Stokes decides to fucking take any wickets, or whether he's look up, look down, bat anyway. Fucking, it's not that hard, Stokesy. Right, anyway. So that's it. Hope that helps. Catch you all next time.